State of Christianity and how it may sometimes be seen negatively in the media. But a recent report says the number of churches has increased and attendance at those churches actually on the rise just a little bit.
Now, I've read the articles in question and found no proof of your claim that total church attendance is on the rise in the United States. If anything, my research led me to the opposite side of the spectrum. The number of non-religious, including atheists, is on the rise, where the religious is on a massive decline from 2005 to 2012. I will not only prove the facts, but prove your bias you hold so dear. I can see Fox News is just doing some damage control after yet another priest, Reverend Angel Armando Perez, the parish priest of St. Luke Catholic Church in Woodburn, just got caught having sexual relations with a 12-year-old. This was reported on August 14th, 2012. I will post all the links pertaining to this video in the description box below.
Joining us is Fox News religion contributor, Father Jonathan Morris. Good to see you, Father.
Thank you.
We bring this up because there's a New York Times article recently that stated conservative Christianity has been compromised and liberal Christianity has simply collapsed. You suggest otherwise.
You know, first of all, I believe it's a very good article. That columnist Ross Douthat is an excellent journalist and a great author. But what he's saying is that the mainline Protestant traditions, we think of Methodist or we think of Presbyterian or Anglican, that has definitely diminished, right, both the number of clergy and also in attendance. But what we're seeing, and this is another article that showed perhaps something that should have been added in Ross's report, is that yes, those mainline churches have been diminishing, but mega churches or large churches are on the increase.
Now, because attendance is on the rise in mega churches doesn't justify Christianity in general is on the rise. Research polls from 2011 and 2012 state otherwise. If the attendance is growing in megachurches, it's only because the local smaller churches are out of business. Between 3,500 and 4,500 churches close, and over 2.5 million people leave the church every year. People are either losing their faith, tired of hearing about the controversy of our pedophile priests, or the discrimination and hate speeches pastors are preaching from the pulpit, just to name a few. People are more skeptical now than ever. To save Christianity, it's easier for Fox News to state, report, congregations continue to grow, then state in local churches close due to the crash in numbers and attendance. Most Americans will believe the media over rationality. This is just one reason why Fox News sucks. They're right-winged, conservative Christians with biased viewpoints and trying to push for a Christian-valued nation. It's instant fail. This country will never live under theocratic law.
Last week, 60 million Americans attended church. That is more than the number of people throughout the whole year who stood in a college football stadium.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
I would love to know how you came up with 60 million people that attended church last week. I can't even fathom trying to collect such data in such a short period of time, even though that's 19% of Americans. Some polls from 1999 to 2010 vary from 21 to 43%, and a high attendance number of 114 million in 1999 that attended church weekly, which was well before 9/11's influx in church attendance. How can you be proud of such numbers? I have no idea. The United States is a growing population, and even at 19% weekly attendance is not that impressive at all. We know, at least for the Catholic Church, is lying about the true number of Catholics that are actually in the United States. My Catholic Church, when I was younger, still has me as an active member, even though I haven't been to that church in over 20 years.
Do you like this trend that the little church on your corner, the little Protestant church on the corner, may be diminishing or going away, but the mega church is mushrooming?
I think we can learn from it. I would say even in the Catholic Church, for example, there are many churches that are diminishing, others that are increasing. And I think what we're seeing here is a lot of innovation of getting lay people, not just the clergy, to be actually involved in the ministry in the church. I think that's a very good thing. Another great stat that we see in this Washington Examiner article, I'm going to put it on my Facebook and Twitter right after this, is that 33% of millennials, that is young people born after the year 1980, are attending church every Sunday.
Now on to your claim stating that 33% of youth are attending church weekly. Now, in the Washington Examiner link you provided on your Twitter account, I looked at that, read over it. It never states that this poll they are referring to for all these statistics is the Pew poll that was conducted between May 8th to August 13th in 2007 and was released in 2008. That's 5 years ago. This fact is never mentioned in the Washington Examiner article. You're going to use statistics from 2007 to prove the rise of church attendance is happening in 2012? You can't be serious here. I have proof using current polls that suggest otherwise. With the sharp decline in very religious individuals and a huge increase of non-religious, up from 12% in 2005 to 32% in 2012. Father Morris, please do me a favor and do some real research before activists like myself burn a hole through your ideology and shitty research.
33% now.
Shocked at
We
that
also
number,
see
too.
that usually people attend church more as they get older. That, I think, is very hopeful. Why is it hopeful? Because it's always a good thing when young people are searching for spirituality, in my opinion.
What do you think it is? Because if you look at the media, there's so much anti-church television and radio and videos. And
There is, and sometimes that's the fault of the church, because it is news when a church or a clergy member or someone else messes up. That's news. It should be reported.
In conclusion, Father, your hope in the youth searches for spirituality. It's not happening as much as you think. Your false hope style of reporting is appalling. The reason why there is anti-church or anti-religious activism, as this Fox newscaster states, is because of the advancement of science, internet, social media, and so on. More Americans are just becoming skeptical of religious dogma. Like I always say, truth overpowers faith. Reason and logic prevails over Bronze-Age mythology. Let me know what you think. And remember, live life, because you only have one.